Hi, I'm Sam and you're watching OTN. Earlier this week I was in the Blue Light Gang's court system where I captured the experience of three people they claimed to protect and serve. Unfortunately, the First Lady was not too happy with her experience as she was filing a complaint against one of the gang's leaders.
I went up there and he said, "You played no contest?" And I said, "Well, yes, I was told to bring this. It shows the slip indicator light. It came on in a brand new car, but I was stopped at a light, which he would not let me explain. I was trying to get to a burglar alarm at my house, so I went a different way home through Richardson, which I'll never do again, because I actually tried to talk to him about it and told me that, well, perhaps
Do you feel like you contributed anything to this process today? I mean, did you even need to...
contributed $200.
Outside of that, did you even need to be here to go into court?
No, it would have cost me less to pay the fine, and he didn't listen, and
He didn't
it's like,
care,
you know,
huh?
you can have a court, well, maybe we could get the officer in here, maybe we could even get that man you hit.
So he kind of mocked you.
Yes, he did. And I said, you know, I don't want to take more time off for a jury
A judge that's
trial.
acting this way.
Right. You know, which already has decided I'm guilty because I'm speaking up for myself. When I sent this in to have it rescheduled,
I'm in the lobby on public property, sir.
when
Okay.
I was in there, he would not look at this and would not let me speak my mind. And I apparently got pretty much the highest fine except for the guy who's been arrested and jailed.
Yes, sir. We can go in here and...
Talk to me more on the outside.
Okay, give me like 5 minutes, I don't know. Boy, this is really backfiring. Okay, so are you going to answer my questions?
And he didn't say I was speeding, he said it was failure to control my speed. And I had my foot buried on the brake and
At
it would
15
not
miles an hour.
stop. It would not stop. And I drove home, but he said, "I just don't get it." And I said, "They told me to make sure that I sent the pictures." And she said, then that way I would have information when I came to court, which is why I put it off to come to court. And
He just railroaded you, basically.
yeah, it's like, oh, well, you either have a jury
Nice.
trial, which means, you know, I take care of hand patients with gunshot wounds all the time. Many police officers. Many. And I just, you know, I just can't believe how rudely I was treated.
After that good deed, the gang then went on to help these college kids with the sick friend. Now, what are you guys charged with? What did they demand?
Park curfew violation. We were at the park past 10:30, and we were out there at probably like 11:15.
Now, okay, but who did you guys harm?
Nobody, because
Nobody was harmed?
Basically, what happened was one of our friends was sick. We came across and we decided to stop somewhere and see what's wrong with him. We stopped. Cops pulled up behind us, and yeah, it was park curfew.
I mean, he was outside the car throwing up, and then he told us, "Hey, cops are rolling up," and it went downhill from there.
Yeah, it usually does when the police arrive.
Yeah, I mean,
Good cop, bad cop. We had
Yeah.
worse cops.
I mean,
we did.
Next thing we know, there was like 3 cars.
How much money are they demanding from you?
$100.
$100? Are you guys going to pay it?
Well, we really have their choice. And
Yeah.
Well, you do. The choice is if you don't pay it, they'll send armed men to kidnap you and hold you ransom to pay it
Oh, yeah.
basically.
for a couple days.
Thing, yeah.
Do you see it as that? Is this really no different than any other criminal gang?
Walked in there. He said,
He was like,
He's like, you're guilty. He's like, you're guilty, right?
You're
And I
guilty
was
of being
like,
at the park, and I was like,
it's
yeah,
like,
I was at the
no, I
park.
pleaded no contest.
What about? Did you guys think to ask? Do you have the authority? Is the law? Does the law require a damaged party, someone to actually be harmed, for them to have jurisdiction over your life?
I didn't even ask that.
You know, that's corpus delicti. Have you heard of that? Corpus delicti is the concept that the Supreme Court and most of the state courts have upheld that says two things. There has to be an act which caused harm, injury to another's person or property, and facts connecting you to that harm as the cause. And it has to also be a intentional act. It couldn't be an accident.
Yeah, so-
But you guys didn't hurt anybody.
The officer himself even told us this would probably be waived.
Yeah, he even said that.
He was like, don't worry about it, it'll probably be waived anyway.
So was it waived?
No.
we got 30 days to pay $100.
And you guys are just going to pay up?
We had 10 days.
Yeah, before we had 10.
Which doesn't give me any time to even think.
And we're in college and everything.
You're hungry all the time,
Right?
constantly trying to get gas with these gas prices.
No kidding.
Imagine this in 10 days?
Yeah.
No, not happening. Not happening.
And you realize what they're going to do with the money that you guys pay.
Probably something.
Probably gonna buy some more chargers out there for their.
They'll use it to go oppress more people, just like you.
Yeah, probably.
So it just kind of continues the circle of violence.
Circle of violence.
Yeah.
It really
It
is.
just goes around.
Do you feel like you understood the process that was going on in there? Like what your rights were? Was that all explained to you? And
No, we just walked up there and he was just like, "You're guilty, right?" Well, that kind of makes me feel bad, seeing as though I stopped there for a positive reason.
Yeah. I mean, I walked up to him, he was like, are you guilty of being at the parks there? I was like, I was at the park, but I had a decent reason. I mean, he's like, well, we need a $100 fine. And
now, what about all the language that they use? Do you understand that? The legalese?
Talking about the Second Amendment when he was saying that you're very persistent. He was like, the Second Amendment, blah, 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 blah. He's like, I know it. Like,
See the.
it doesn't involve, photography.
See, in the 1800s, well, it involves the right to abolish, alter, or reform the government in any manner I deem expedient, and I'm here to abolish the government courts with this camera. So that gives me the right to take it in there, and they don't want to recognize that. So just like the slaves weren't allowed to read in the 1800s because they knew they'd see that they were enslaved and it wasn't right, these guys don't forbid you from reading, but they do make up their own language called legalese, which are not to really understand, so that you're just forced and railroaded through the process and they get their way and get your own money. What do you think about that?
oh, yeah, like, basically, we're getting screwed over here.
Yep, and you're stepping up to do it. Hey, I don't blame you, though. They're threatening you with violence, so with jail if you don't pay this money.
Oh, yeah, see, not if this whole thing, they were threatening us with jail.
They were. I was already in
For being in the park.
I was in handcuffs. And I was sitting in the back of the car. All of it because of a park violation.
Wow.
Yeah.
When the men I walked
They searched my car. They got there.
They searched your car. Did you give them consent? You know you're not supposed to give them consent.
Yeah. See, they were like, "Can we search your car or whatnot?"
And you know what to say to
You
that?
say no.
Say, I don't consent to any searches, sir.
Search it. No.
I don't consent to any searches. Every time they ask, if they had probable cause to do it, they wouldn't be asking. They just do it.
Yeah.
The reason they're asking, what do you think it is?
It's probably because most likely whenever they ask, they've already assumed that you're a criminal. So
Well, no, they don't. See, they don't know. They don't know what's in your car,
But they've
they
already
want to go
assumed-
through it, and they want to find drugs or something illegal, something else that they can write you a ticket for, demand more of your money, and maybe take you to jail. Think these guys are here to help you?
I went to go talk to the officer. Like, his very first words were, all right, Mr. Kirker, I'm taking someone to jail tonight. It's going to be you unless you tell me a different story. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. Basically, it was a good cop, asshole cop, and a neutral cop. And of course, the a-hole cop is the one that dealt with most of us.
Be careful with your language. Like, if this guy hears it, that you just broke the law, and they'll arrest you for that. I don't care, but when you're in their room, they're pretty violent,
Yeah.
as you guys have seen.
You don't want to tag them another $100 and have to pay that. In probably
And come
5
back
days.
here again and waste more of your time.
Yeah, they'll be
Right.
like,
I mean,
actually, I have work in the next 15 minutes, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. If I didn't have to go to court.
I'm sure they're doing their best. Because, if they don't help you fast enough, you can go down the street and use their competition. Oh, wait, they don't have competition, do they? Yeah, they can just take as long as they want. Good luck, guys. Explaining legal rights to the other subjects, as well as how to defend against a blue light gang attack, is strictly forbidden. I will be punished in 3, 2. Hold on, you said I was interfering with others. To interfere with them, wouldn't I have to be doing...
Whether it be trying to talk to them about their case, you're not a lawyer, you have no legal right to discuss their case with them, or impede them from going through their due process.
How did I impede their process?
By trying to stop them when they're required.
I wasn't
to come
stopping
here.
anybody.
Okay, well, that's what we were told.